Superman is soaring at the box office, and we have seen it, and we are going to let you know exactly how we feel about James Gunn's second iteration into the DCU. And also, is this going to make it into the $1 billion club? We will talk about that also right here on Comic Evolution. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim. This beautiful man over here is Wes, and this is Comic Evolution, our first review on the channel. And what better way to start it off than with James Gunn's Superman? We are going to tell you all about it, but first, let's go ahead and get the bills paid. Thank you very much for being here today. We are absolutely grateful for the amount of new subscribers we've had and the new ones that are coming in the future. Videos are popping off and the comment section is amazing, and we love you guys for it. So thank you very, very much. Make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. That's right. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and look up, so to speak. Wes, do you believe a man could fly?
I never believed it until just the other day. I
Really?
could not believe what my eyes were seeing.
That's fantastic. I think that's dipped in
No,
a little.
that's next week.
Oh, okay. With Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
James Gunn's Superman, ladies and gentlemen. It is out in theaters now. If you haven't seen it, please go and do so you can either enjoy it or rage like a rage monkey and a Snyder dude, bro, and hate yourself forever and ever. Absolutely fantastic movie right off the bat. That's exactly what I'm going to say. I've seen it twice. Wes, how many times have you seen it?
Once.
Once.
And
That's
that was
so lame.
enough.
Totally lame. Ladies and gentlemen, this review is over.
Yeah.
So before we get started, our review system is going to be as follows. If you're very familiar with the CGC or CBCS gradings, we're going to go along that road. We think that's the best way to do it. 9.8, 9.4, Gem Mint 10, 9.9, etc., etc. So stick around and you will see what we give this. So let's go ahead and dive into this, Wes. I went a week after it hit theaters, and I went with my kids to go see this movie. They were excited about Crypto. I just wanted to see a good Superman movie, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
On first viewing, I really enjoyed what I saw. David Cornsweet's iteration of Superman, though I don't think it is the best or the greatest, I think it is definitely in the top 3. Christopher Reeves obviously being what I base every portrayal of Superman on for whoever goes on screen. I'm biased like that.
You're such a purist.
I am. Nobody's as good as him, and nobody ever will be. But I definitely put him on a like right on an even kilter with Henry Cavill.
Okay.
So yeah, because I
Okay.
really like Henry Cavill.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, I admit I was one of those guys when I learned Henry Cavill was going to be out of the DCU altogether. Yeah. I was one of those guys that was highly disappointed. And I think a lot of people really were. So if you say you weren't, you were a liar. If you say you weren't, because he was phenomenal as Superman. Let's be honest.
Yeah. His Clark Kent was very different. It was just
correct.
Big, strong guy with glasses. But
yeah, that's true.
His Superman was.
It was fantastic. It was amazing. I loved it. So yeah, there was a little bias there going into it.
Yeah,
for me, for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, there really was. It really was.
But I would definitely put him on like a floating 2 or 3 between him and Henry Cavill at any given time.
Yes, he grew on me as the movie progressed.
Yeah. I think his portrayal of a modern day Clark Kent was very good. I enjoyed that. His dynamic with Jimmy Olsen, who's supposed to be his best friend, that was showcased very well right in the beginning. The interest with Lois, I really like the fact that we caught him 3 months into a relationship, and it's kind of rocky, and it didn't exactly pan out very well in the beginning, but it did toward the end.
Yeah.
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 So with this, let's go with the positives first. I loved Lex Luthor. I thought that was one of the best
Okay.
on-screen Lex Luthors I've ever seen. I know you and I have talked about that off air already, and I'm very curious to hear more about that. But I thought
Sure.
he was much better than Gene Hackman. Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and anybody else, Kevin Spacey even, and I loved Kevin Spacey.
Or what's his name from the Man of Steel movie? From
Oh,
Batman versus Super.
yeah, we don't even count
Jesse.
Eisenberg or
Well, I'm
whatever
drawing.
his name is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. Yeah.
That guy, the guy that was in
Yeah.
Zombieland
Yeah.
and The
Yeah. There
Social
you go.
Network. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not a fan of his Lex Luthor, but
Mm-mm.
the new Lex Luthor I really enjoyed. I
Yeah.
loved Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. I thought that was
I did too. I did too.
perfect.
And you know what I love about not only did he play it correct, or,
Yeah.
very very comic correct. He's an actual real comic nerd, man.
Yep.
He's a big comic guy.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen him in interviews, he'll spout off stuff that normal people wouldn't know,
Uh,
and
he
like,
would know though.
well, I'm saying non-comic book people
Yeah.
would not know these facts that he'll spout out about comics in general. So
Yeah.
I love that he's getting the opportunity to be a part of this world that
Yep.
I can tell he actually truly loves.
Yes, and he took the
And he's awesome anyway. So yeah.
he took the personality of Guy Gardner straight from the pages onto
Yep.
the screen. Did he tell you about the hypno glasses? Maybe you shouldn't be telling me this just in case I don't know. But you do know that he's Clark Kent, right?
Yeah.
I love it. It was fantastic. Mr. Terrific, that was awesome to see. I thought he did a really fine job, the actor. Um,
Yep.
and I'm very curious to see where they put Mr. Terrific going forward. The girl that played Hawk Girl, ladies and gentlemen, I don't remember actors' names if I haven't seen much of them in other things. So sorry.
She's been in. I can't remember her name either, but she's. I
She was
think she. Okay, yeah. So she's also well known for her portrayal in the Last of Us series that's currently going
okay.
on. That's where I recognized her, anyways. At least I'm pretty sure that was her. Um, so as an actress, I think she's great. I
Yeah,
cannot remember her name,
I I
sadly,
I
but
loved her as Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl, we've talked about this many times. Hawkman and Hawk Girl are favorites of mine. I really enjoy those characters,
yeah,
and to see her on screen was phenomenal. The
yeah.
one thing I didn't like, and you and I both agree on this, is that scream.
Yeah,
Uh,
so that was my main thing with her, is
yeah,
that scream every time she went into battle, or
yeah,
that screech, or whatever you want
yeah,
to call it. That was off putting. it
yeah,
was
and the
it
extreme
you
close up
know.
too.
So I keep thinking to myself, okay, what if she had her own standalone movie? Would it be a movie full of screeching? And the answer is yes. And
Yep.
because that, I did not really like that character's portrayal of, or the way James Gunn portrayed
I'm
that character.
I'm hoping that that aspect of her fades away over time.
It's gotta, because
Yeah,
otherwise, gross.
yeah,
So I have some conflicting, or I have some counterpoints to some of
yeah.
yours, but I'll let you continue your pros.
Well, okay. Well, Miss Tessmacher was a throwaway character for me. She was kind of a help steer the plot along, right? She sent all the plans to Jimmy Olsen and
Yeah,
et cetera, et cetera. Um, so not too big there, but the actor that played Jimmy Olsen, fantastic. Perry White,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
All the other secondary characters were great, nearly comic accurate with their
yeah,
portrayals and how they acted. Cat Grant, though, like she is a big supporting character in Superman mythos, and her on-screen time was a lot of cleavage and very little lines, and I was kind of disappointed in that. So I hope that in the future they actually have her be a reporter on television for GBS, which
right.
she is in the comic books. But beyond that, Metamorpho, I enjoyed that portrayal. The voice of the actor versus what I think Metamorpho should sound like are two very different things. But the way
Yeah,
he looked,
that did not fit.
yeah,
I did not like that. It was
yeah,
like, ooh, you don't sound like you look.
you don't sound
Okay,
like Metamorpho.
yeah, you sound like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
but
But I loved seeing him on screen finally. Baby Joey, I thought that was a completely irrelevant thing having to do with the whole story, but I understand why it was there. Was
yeah,
for Metamorpho. I get that.
yeah,
And Crypto, I absolutely loved. He is a bad dog, but he is
such a
loved
bad
in my
dog.
heart. And Supergirl at the end, I really dug that too. And I know you and I have differing opinions on that.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But overall, I think the grade that I'm going to give this, and let me check my cheat sheet here so that way I'm given a good one. I am going to go ahead and give Superman 2025 a 9.4, a near mint, that straight down the board. That is exactly what I'm
All
going to
right,
do.
9.4, and
Yeah.
this is the CGC grading scale. A very well preserved collectible
Yeah.
with minor wear and
Yeah.
small manufacturing or handling defects.
And
I think that is fair
I think
from
that
you.
fits. I think that fits right along with how I think James Gunn handled everything and how I felt coming out of the movie.
Yeah,
This is a love letter to the Silver Age. There are a ton of
it
Silver Age
is.
references and Easter eggs in this movie. Oh, and Ma and Pa Kent. I loved Ma and Pa Kent. They were fantastic. Um,
Mm,
and any of you bad mouthing her on the internet, shame on you. She's a nice lady and you need to leave her alone. But anyways, 9.4. James, was it perfect? No, there were little minor things, but they were just nitpicking for me that I had as far as not
yeah,
liking parts of the movie.
yeah.
On seeing it a second time, I grew to love the movie even more. And I'm definitely gonna go see it again before it goes out of theaters.
Okay.
All right, Wes.
I have some notes.
Okay, let's hear it, man. What do you got?
So one of the pros that I really like and I like about the movie is the bold colors
Yes.
versus the Snyderverse dark and
Y It's like comparison.
gloomy
Your
and yeah,
shirt
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, exactly. So that's something that stood out to me like immediately. So I did like that.
yeah,
I like that about it. The movie itself had, you know, again, I was a little skeptical at first, but the more
mhm,
I watched the movie, the more okay. I'm accepting of that. Okay. But there were some things that really stood out to me. I think there was an overusage of CGI a little bit, especially at the end and that end battle. It was just a bit much for me.
okay.
And I understand CGI is like, that can a lot of times that can make or break a film. It did not break this film for me, but
I
it was just a lot.
Let me ask you that. So, like, with Marvel movies as of recent, with the exception of the ones that did exceptionally well in the box office, do you think that with James Gunn making sure that the CGI was done right, that gave the movie an advantage? Because with
Um,
the Marvel movies previous, some of the CGI looked incredibly rushed or very second rate.
so I'm assuming you're referring to like She-Hulk because that
Yeah,
I know that one got like a lot of bad reviews on the
yeah, and
CG the
Ant-Man,
CGI.
Quantumania.
Yeah, that was a lot to that too. And one can even say Guardians of the Galaxy overused it, but I think they did it, which was James Gunn.
Mhm.
I think that was done well. This one just seemed a bit much
Okay.
for a Superman movie.
Gotcha.
When he's not out in cosmic space and out in this air, it was just a bit much. I guess I can call that nitpicking, which I guess
Mhm.
I will. So,
Okay.
the conflict. that was between those two countries, Bavaria or Boravia, and
the two completely fictional
something else.
countries.
Yeah. It was a bit on the nose for me as far as like current events, which is that kind of made me feel a little icky,
Right.
But that again, that's probably a little bit of nitpicking.
Because I mean, the whole point of us going to see movies like this is to escape the
and I, and I
bullshit.
and I get it, okay. Um, it happens, and it could be coincidental, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it was political. That's for
Right.
sure. Like I read online, I was like, I didn't see anything really political,
I
but
didn't either.
it was just a bit on the nose, a little bit. So there's another nitpick. Okay.
Yeah.
You loved Lex Luthor. I did not. I do now. I say I do not, but I think he's probably the best Lex Luthor there's been.
Yeah.
But I think it was a lot of overacting.
Okay.
I did not think his acting was great. Especially when you're trying to be mad and talk mean to somebody. It just didn't seem authentic.
Okay.
Again, nitpicking. Okay. There's going to be a lot of nitpicks here.
Right.
The Hawk Girl thing, we already touched on that.
Yeah.
That drove me nuts. Even though it only happened like 3 times in the movie, or 3 or 4, it was like, ugh, every time. Yeah. Um, the big one for me, there didn't seem to be very much, there was a little, but very much character development. And I'm not saying that, retreading or reliving the Kryptonians,
Right.
or Superman's origin story was the way to go. I'm not saying that. But the way Superman is designed and the type of character he is, it I feel it kind of requires us to
go
care,
through that. Yeah. Okay.
right? It requires us to care more about him in order for him to be a relevant and awesome TV movie character,
Got it.
right? I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if I might be confusing.
So
So
I agree with you on that,
so
right?
so with that said,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so the character development for a lot of them was very
And
small in
and I know
increase.
yeah, and I know it's like you don't want to keep telling the same story and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
So, but then you go through this character's downfall and you
Mhm.
expect us to care. But really, I only care because I was thinking about past movies and past comic books that I've read. It's like because I know,
Mhm.
whereas the pedestrian viewer doesn't really get that.
Right.
And so, you know, we haven't seen his ascension, right,
Right.
from the dregs or from his struggles and
Yeah.
things like that.
And I know that
We're given. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that we're like barely into him being Superman. We're like 3 years in.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're given no sense of who he is
Mhm.
before this movie, and because it's apparently he's only been a Superman or been what 3 months 4 months something like that.
Wes,
Um,
if your grade is lower than an 8.5, I'm gonna riot.
um, and we don't really and we actually don't even really know how the world feels about him truly. Yeah, we get little snippets of people going Superman's awesome, and
Yeah.
this one guy, that what was that, the bar owner, he's a super fan, which is cool.
Right.
Or no, wait, I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, either way, so these guys, there's those people out there, but you don't get the true feeling of how people truly feel about him.
Like the
But that's
hot
probably
dog
because he's
stand
a
guy?
new character to their world. So
Right.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of that, I wasn't really equipped to feel like there were any real stakes. You
Okay.
know, yeah, I'm rambling, but here's my point. We don't truly know how like the world
Yeah.
truly feels about him, right? So, because of that, I don't feel like I was equipped to feel one way or the other how the movie turned out. I mean, I know that sounds bad, but like if they had killed off one of the major characters, I wouldn't have cared. Whereas when they killed Tony Stark off, I was devastated. When I know that was 15 years in the making, I know, but still, it was, had they killed Tony Stark in the first movie, I probably would have been devastated.
Take it all the way back
Iron Man
to the
1.
First Iron Man, when Obadiah Stane was killed, even though he was the bad guy, right? We had a whole movie's worth of
yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of where I stand on that. Okay, so a lot of that stuff was nitpicking, things like that. So it was kind of hard. But so, did I like the movie? Yeah, I did. Will I go to the theater again to see it? No. Will I watch it when it comes out on streaming? Yeah, I will. But it's so my grade. You gave a 9.4, and I think that's fair to a super fan as yourself. I like Superman as much as the next guy, but I am going to give this an 8.5.
I can take an 8.5.
An 8.5. And according to CGC, an 8.5 is an attractive collectible with a moderate defect or a number of small defects.
Is fair.
Okay. So it's very fine plus.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a 9.4 for me and an 8.5
we got through it
from Wes. I think those are very respectable grades for this movie right here. And even in CGC format, 8.5 is a very respectable grade for specific books. But yeah.
Not for a modern book, though.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about Superman? Please let us know in the comment section below on whether you agree with our grades or completely and totally disagree. We would love to hear from you. And what grade did you give it? A Gem 10 or an 8.5 or a 5 or what? Let us know, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to fly out of here. But before we do, thank you very much for being with us tonight. We absolutely love the fact that you guys are here. Yeah, right there, 100%. Please continue to make comments on the videos we put out in the shorts. We love to see them, and we love to respond to you too. And spread the word. We are on the ground floor, as Wes always says, and we would love to have you here. Hit the like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. And we are also on Facebook, so you can find us there at Comic Evolution, and all that information will be down below. My name is Tim. This beautiful man over here is Wes. We just reviewed Superman from James Gunn, and we will see you next time.